young king without a crown. But defiantly, Elvis Stojko skated with a mission to soar even higher. He won his first major international competition, capturing Skate Canada 91. The new star had arrived, but something was missing. That was then. This is now. A new passion, a new program, a new Elvis. Oh, he can still fly with the best of them. But now he's skating in a different direction, with a different destination. The sky has always been the limit, but now Elvis Stojko is shooting for the moon. Setting in Victoria, British Columbia. We are ready for another great night of skating as CTV Sports presents the 1992 Sun Life Skate Canada International. Become one of the premier international skating events in the world. So far, we have seen a German pair win the pairs competition last night. This afternoon, we saw a Finnish team win the dance, and now we are ready for the men. A word of warning to the people working down at air traffic control at the Victoria Airport tonight. You may see a few extra blips on your radar screen because, quite simply, these guys can fly. Elvis Stojko is the top gun, of course. He is the defending Skate Canada champion. But there is a different edge to Elvis this year. He says he is skating with more emotion. He says he is skating with more heart. Quite simply, the package is starting to come together. So welcome to what should be a marvelous air show tonight, and to help track the flight plan, let's bring in our expert analyst, Debbie Wilkes. Debbie, I don't know about you, but I can't wait.
You and me, Rod, and the rest of the 5,000 capacity crowd in the building. And you know, we're talking about the new Elvis. I'm not so sure he's new. We're seeing parts of him we've never seen before. He's older, he's wiser, more experienced, and probably willing to share more easily parts of himself we haven't seen. This summer, he said, was a turning point for him. Up till then, the last couple of years, he feels like he's been catching up. This summer, with the help of Ushi Kessler, his choreographer, Doug Lee, his coach, he said he finally feels he's improving. My goodness, Johnny, if this is just improvement this year, what can we expect in the future?
Well, you mentioned the old Elvis. The new Elvis that I'm talking about is the Elvis that has the old jumps, but the new linkage, the new choreography between those jumps. And that's what's going to make the difference. This is very important because these two are going to meet at the Royal Bank Canadian Championships in Hamilton, and that's going to decide first and second in Canada, and it might decide first and second in the world, because judges around the world have heard about the new Elvis. They know about the old Kurt Browning, the three-time champion. They're going to make a measurement here, make a measurement in Hamilton, and make the real judgment at the World Championships.
4 years ago, a 16-year-old Elvis Stojko walked into Victoria's Memorial Arena and captured the Canadian Junior Men's Figure Skating Championship. Since then, it has been onward and upward. Yes, we're on the air, and soon Elvis will be in the air at the 1992 Sun Life Skate Canada International. The men's free skate is still to come tonight here on CTV, but before any free skate, you must skate your original, or what is now called the technical program.
And it's a nightmare for many of the competitors because there are 8 elements involved. It is worth 33% of the total mark. The free skate, the remaining 67%. The program for the technical numbers can only be to a maximum of 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and many skaters feel this is the most important part of the competition.
I'm really interested to see this fellow skate. Oleg Tachorov from St. Petersburg in Russia. He is ranked second behind Alexei Urbanov in his country. And in warm-up, he was the best jumper of the bunch.
One particular part of skating they love. Here's the combination triple axel double toe. You'll see a lot of triple axel successful attempts in the technical program. I don't know how many will be successful. That was a beauty. Oleg is a very evenly developed skater. He loves jumps and spins the same. Skaters will always include extra steps leading up to a jump. It's considered much easier to just clean skate or clean stroke into a jump.
Victoria for Oleg Tatarov. Where do the Russians come up with these skaters? What a jumper.
Oh, I dare say. I mean, that started out so perfectly with the combination setting up for the triple axel. Look at the strength in the back. That's where it all comes from. If the skater is over his skate, you can get out of any trouble whatsoever. This was a beautiful spin, the combination. The camel maybe could have been held a little longer, but unusually we go into something called a broken leg spin. You don't see it very often.
We did not hear a lot about Oleg Tatarov before this competition began. You can be guaranteed we're going to know a lot about him when it's over. Look at the marks for the required elements from 5.3 to 5.7. The second set of marks for presentation. Look at the marks. Oleg Tatarov, welcome to Canada. Part of the Gay stable in France. Didier and Annick Gay, the coach and choreographer for Eric Milot from France, who will be turning 24 in December.
I can't predict what the pressure of competition is going to do to Eric, but I can tell you that he has been very impressive in practice, not missing anything. Combination, triple Lutz. Oh, double, triple.
Was that intended?
He had been practicing in the warm-up the triple Lutz double toe combination. Had to bail out of the triple Lutz, make it only a double. Quickly decided, I got to do a triple jump. Now, it doesn't matter whether it's first or second.
At the Winter Olympic Games in his homeland of France in Abbeville. every day, apparently in practice, he practices the quad.
Over the years, as I've watched Eric progress and improve and raise himself through the ranks of skating, I have never been comfortable watching him. I am tonight.
Yeah, he is an awfully talented young man. Eric Milo of France. June to Valerie, who used to be a figure skater and is now a teacher.
Perhaps that's part of what makes him so comfortable. This was the combination. It looked like it was going to be a triple Lutz, became only a double, but watch quick thinking, and he triples the toe, which is the required triple jump.
That's amazing to be able to get that much torque and speed after doubling to do the triple.
Much harder to do the triple second. I like this combination spin very much. He does a fast changeover into a back sit and hops down into the required back position.
Where will he be heading into the free skate, the long program? Here are the marks for the required elements. The Romanian judge gave him a 4.8. But again, it goes by the ordinals. You would think a 4.8 is not a very high ranking for Eric Milo. 5.2s to 5.4s. There's a 4.9 from the Romanian and a 4.8 from the Japanese judge. Eric Milo is sitting fourth after the technical program. Much has happened since Elvis Stojko captured his first international championship a year ago in London, Ontario, when he won the 1991 Skate Canada Championship. He finished third in the world, seventh at the Olympics. And now, Debbie Wilkes, hard to believe, but a new and improved Elvis Stojko?
I think Elvis would want me to say that he has not pushed himself to be anything other than what he really is deep down inside. Confident, very sure of what he's doing, listening to the music. Softer and gentle. Triple axel coming out of a back outside spiral.
He says he wants to skate from the heart. Safe to say he captured about 5,000 tonight.
He's coached by Doug Lee, Brian Orser's coach, and he has begun working with Ushi Kessler, who was also Orser's choreographer, and she has this amazing ability to turn the lights on for a skater. Her dancers have told her, "You're like the sun. You show us the way. We're all the stars that are attracted to you." She told Elvis, "You don't have to be anybody else." And he said, he wrote her a postcard after she told him that, and he said to her in the postcard, "Thank you for letting me be me."
Well, he is becoming more and more himself and more a star each time on the ice.
And boy, the star of this program was the triple axel. Incredible height, such superb confidence. I think what made it so beautiful was the unexpected element, like the double axel, simple for Elvis, but made more difficult because he stepped into it off of a back inside 3-turn.
The screams of delight for the required elements. Look at the marks across the board, as low as a 5.5, high as a 5.8. And for presentation, he has always been hammered by these marks. No longer. Elvis Stojko.
Usually, the elements marks for Elvis are always higher. It's the first time in his skating history that the presentation marks have been better. Looks like first place, with the exception of the German judge, first place on every judge's card.
I don't know. I can't wait to watch him skate his free skate. And after watching Elvis Stojko, one of the most promising, rising stars in the galaxy of figure skating stars, Scott Davis from the United States,
This is a more traditional program done to music from Fiddler on the Roof. Scott has a triple axel planned right here. Beautiful.
Scott, fourth at the Nationals, missed a chance to go to the Olympics. He is expected to be in Lillehammer, Norway in '94. Montana, Scott Davis, the 20-year-old American. Debbie, this is the first time we've seen Scott Davis north of the border at a major competition. Heard a lot about him, seen him skate at Skate America. All of the reviews are true.
Absolutely, and he really didn't disappoint anybody tonight. It's always these little things that get in your way. The program began beautifully with the triple axel combination. He's perfectly in control, but then it's the little things that come back to haunt you, the things that you never expect to happen. The double axel was good. What, catches his edge, crash into the board, hard to recover.
He was shaking his head as soon as the performance finished. He'd like to have it back, but you see the marks for required elements.
It's going to be a great free skate final, isn't it?
Now the marks for presentation to see how he will stand, in what stead heading into the free skate. Look at the marks for presentation. And small wonder, the Colorado Springs Figure Skating Club, Broadmoor Club, watching tonight. Scott Davis sitting third. While Toronto Blue Jays were beating the Atlanta Braves in Atlanta to win the World Series, Cornel Gheorghe from Romania was finishing 6th at Skate America.
Triple axel, double toe, another one.
He is the 5-time Romanian men's champion.
Choice as to which triple jumps will be used in the combination. Obviously, the more difficult triples are worth more marks.
He's been choreographed by Robin Cousins, and you can see a little Robin Cousins flair in him, can't you?
As a matter of fact, Robin does a number to this music from the movie Cocoon. It's called Basketball Swing. In your program, you lose.
Started out like a locomotive. I think he knows he would like to have that double axel back. Cornel Gheorghe from Romania.
Here's a look at it. Seemed to go into it fine, but instead of pulling in tight enough to get 2.5 rotations, only 1.5 was accomplished. A skater reacts so quickly to errors like that. A skater would call that popping off of the takeoff.
He's awfully good, though.
Extremely good. Kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Ranked very high in the world.
Finished 11th in Oakland in the 92 championships. You can see his marks because of that missed double axel. 4.7 is the low, 5.0 is the high. Undoubtedly, he will have better marks for his presentation, and an excellent presentation it was.
Marks for presentation. 5.2
difference. 5.2 all the way to 5.7 for the Romanian.
5.3, 5.2, 5.2.
And so after the technical program, Elvis is leading the way, the defending champion of the Sunlight State Canada, looking to make it 2 straight. Oleg Tatarov from what used to be the Soviet Union, now one of the countries in the Commonwealth of Independent States, Russia. Scott Davis is 3rd from the United States, but we are expecting an aerial attack heading into the long program. To Victoria, BC, and the man of the hour, Elvis Stojko, preparing for the free skate. Debbie?
This is the most important part of the evening for most of the skaters. You get a chance to feel how are your legs doing? Are they going to respond when you need them? The warm-up, in fact, is something that all the most experienced skaters will actually choreograph. At 3 minutes into the warm-up, you should be this far along. A very important part of how the skater will perform tonight.
Elvis has been around for a while, of course, and expectations have always been high, but it seems he has finally arrived. He has found himself, so to speak, and he knows now that he is exactly the same Elvis off the ice that he is on the ice.
What is artistic, and what I think artistic is, and what the judges think artistic is, and I think you get sort of mixed reaction of what's going on, and I think artistic is being yourself, skating, not necessarily going out, taking ballet lessons, learning how nice it is from here up. You skate, you're using your legs and your blades, and that's where it comes from, not from where your fingers are, where your arm position is, and that sort of flows from where it comes from the blade, and that's where it all is, and that's why I never was into learning ballet, because it's not me, and that's not where I'm at. I'm more of the, how can I say, of course you can be powerful in ballet, but I'm more the, try to be the macho kind of guy. That's the way I am. I ride dirt bikes and do martial arts, and that's the sort of idea I'm trying to portray on the ice. Just be myself. I don't like to be an actor. I don't like to go on the ice and act out and play someone else. I just want to be me. And I guess in between the audience and myself, sometimes there was a little blurry, a little bit of garbage in between, and I never could get clear focus between me and the audience. And I knew exactly who I was inside. I felt every emotion inside myself, but it was a matter of getting it out to show the people. All sorts of things are happening, and you get all confused, and you don't know really what to do, and I have to sit down and say, okay, what do you want? What do you want? No, I want to skate for myself. I want to be myself, and you can't rush those things. You can't rush maturity. I'm a thinker, someone who thinks a lot. I work hard at what I want, and if I have a goal, I'm going to go after it. I'm not an actor. The way you see me now is the way I am. The way I'm on the ice is the way you're going to meet me off the ice. At times I'm shy, but if I get to know you, I open up a little more. I like to be honest. I don't try not to talk too much about other people, because they've got their own thing to do. They got their own ideas and own values and so forth, and they're doing their own thing, and I'm here doing my thing. And I've learned that just being yourself works the best. Instead of searching so much for it, it's here. It's right inside, and you don't have to look so far. And it's done wonders.
When he was born, his parents named him after Elvis Presley. There are Mr. and Mrs. Stojko, Irene and Steve from Richmond Hill, Ontario. Yes, Elvis is alive and well, Debbie, and he is in Victoria. Here is the order of skate. The final flight. Eric Milo of France to skate first. Oleg Tatarov second. And then Elvis Stojko in the middle of the bunch. He was the leader after the technical program. The Romanian, Cornel Gheorghe, is fourth. And then finally, Scott Davis. So, it could be quite a battle.
And every one of those 5 names on your TV screen at this moment does a triple axel. Some troubles during the warm-up for some of the skaters, and I'll tell you about that as we go along.
Here then is Eric Milo, who will be turning 24 in December. Fourth after the technical program, 3-time national men's champion from France.
Familiar music to many skaters from the Opera Carmen. Eric has tremendous power. This rink being kind of small, the jumps get very close to the board. Triple left, triple toe.
Yes, many skaters have said it's a very small world out there on this smaller ice surface.
Here's Eric's triple axel. Unusual entry. It's very straight. Oh, singles out. Back on track with the triple loop.
About 15 months from now, we'll be seeing him again at the Winter Olympics in Lillehammer, Norway. Many figure skaters who are skydivers or parachutists, but Eric Milot does parachute. He could have used one on a bailout right here.
That's for sure. This is the triple Lutz combination. Very strong beginning to the program. Right into the triple toe. Hard to do because you have very little speed to do the second triple. But this was the bailout. The attempted triple axel, only a single. What becomes necessary to complete 3.5 rotations for the triple axel got bailed out into 1.5.
And his marks for technical merit, not much of a deduction. He is getting the highest of rankings from the judges for now, still with 4 skaters to come.
It becomes hard. I mean, the judges are just people, too. When someone is that charismatic on the ice, how do you really separate the technical from the artistic?
You knew he would get better marks for artistic impression, and he does from a couple of judges. And so, for now, Eric Milo and those numbers, those ordinals, ranking him first overall, are the ones to beat. Last night, I thought this guy may have stolen the show and elevated everyone else because he came on the ice, a virtual unknown, and soared. Oleg Tatarov from St. Petersburg in Russia.
Triple axel planned as well. It's very hard to get a handle on the skaters from Russia during practice because they seldom do their programs. Triple axel, double toe. He would not be deducted or penalized for the turns in between the jump as he would be in the technical program. However, the triple axel would be considered incomplete.
His short program last night was loaded with some fine technical jumps. I suppose the question, Debbie, does he have the stamina, conditioning, and the rest of the material for a long program?
I think that's a very well-stated question, Rod. 4.5 minutes is almost twice the length of the technical program. For skaters who are not conditioned, you will see a program that's front-loaded. In other words, all of the toughest elements are in the first 2 minutes of the program. Triple Lutz set up. He has not recovered from the triple axel. Every jump up to this point since then, till there, has been a double. Finally made up his mind. Program is solidly modern music by Jarre. I personally I find it hard to listen to for 4.5 minutes. You have to have an extremely bright personality out there to be able to carry it off.
Russia's the second-ranked skater behind Alexei Urmanov did not do tonight what he did last night, Oleg Tatarov.
Oleg's going to fall like a stone with that program.
Oleg waits for his marks, and Elvis Stojko waits to get back on the ice. Elvis is next. The lightning could not strike twice for Oleg Tatarov, Debbie.
No, it was a very unfortunate program, and it all started to fall apart with that triple axel. Starting here. Up in the air nicely. Free leg just didn't help. On the landing, the left leg needs to push back real quickly to give you enough speed and stamina to get into the second jump.
He was second behind Elvis Stojko before the free skates. It's going to be very difficult, I would imagine, for him right now to elevate himself past Eric Milo, who is the leader. The marks for technical merit, the deductions, of course, because of a couple of miscues. And for artistic impression, Oleg Tatarov will receive, and about the same type of range, 4.8, 5.2, 5 through it, to a 5.5, and Tatarov is behind Eric Milo. Well, just listen and watch.
Here we go. While we were waiting for Oleg's mark, Elvis had just stepped on the ice, and the first thing he does when he steps on is a double axel and doesn't land it. And you could hear the crowd go, whoop. Then he went, did it again, took another circle, blam, got it.
He is the defending champion. Second in Canada the past 3 years. Technically ranked number 2 in the world with the retirement to Victor Petrenko. The only man standing in his way, Kurt Browning.
First jump is a triple flip. After the sequence. No preparation. And here comes the scary one, the TA, the triple axel. movie Far and Away. Elvis saw it, loved it so much, he ran out and bought the soundtrack by John Williams, edited himself, took it to Doug Lee, his coach, and said, Doug, this is it. Some skaters learning an axel will do an inside axel. Elvis does a double inside axel right there. Preparation at all. Not quite. Final 15 seconds.
The defending champion will be extremely tough to have his crown taken away. Elvis Stojko, the defending.
Let's have a lesson in triple axels. This was the first one, the combination. Very beautiful and clean. Steps up easily for it. Up he goes. Takes there. Down he comes and up into the double toe. Not so easy with the next one, undoubtedly because it was so late in the program. Another good setup. He goes up into the air again very well. Nice and tight. But the body kind of caved in. The hips pushing too far back to control the landing.
The screams were for the marks. Technical merit. Look at that. 5.9 from the finish judge. A ranking of first. Naturally, he has been the best that we have seen tonight. 5.6, 5.8. Elvis Stojko is sitting in first place. Ranking of number one. All the way across the board with two skaters to come tonight. Elvis will wait to see if he will be indeed a two-time Skate Canada champion. And Mr. and Mrs. Stojko, Oh, yeah, they're very excited tonight. They must be probably sitting on pins and needles now, too, Deb.
Oh, I couldn't watch. If he was mine, I couldn't watch.
Terrific skater, and here's another. Fifth after the technical program. From Romania, Cornel Gheorghe, who probably won't be able to catch Elvis, and likely won't be able to, but could get on the podium.
Watching his warm-up, Cornell had a very tough time. Kept doing and redoing the triple axel, and that was supposed to be it. He never got it in the warm-up. Now, many skaters, depending on how much time they have from the end of the warm-up till they skate, can sit down, focus, and regroup. Good triple up. Weak combination with the double toe. Breathing time for Cornell. These moments are particularly important for single skaters. It's about a minute from now when, if you're not using these times to breathe well, your muscles are depleted of oxygen. That's when it gets tricky.
From Romania, trains and was training at Lake Arrowhead in the United States. Debbie, he could not afford skates when he came from Romania, and Paul Wiley, who has skated in the United States, won the silver medal at the Olympics. His mother gave Cornell a pair of skates because Cornell couldn't afford a pair of skates.
The brotherhood of figure skating. Five-time Romanian men's champion.
his marks. Elvis Stojko waiting. One skater to come. Will he be a two-time champion? Stay tuned.
There's some really good stuff in there. I get so knocked out by all the jumps. We get really excited about jumps. I'm going to show you something different here. The footwork section. We're looking at feet of a jump. Some interesting things to discuss, though. When you look at footwork and when you look at a skater skate, you will notice as they move across the ice that they really like to turn always in the same direction. The jumps, Cornell's jumps rotate. If you're looking from the roof down, they rotate. He rotates in a counterclockwise direction. So generally speaking, footwork will be done the same way. The direction of the jumps and spins are always the same. Skater seems to be more comfortable one way.
His marks for technical merit, for artistic impression, can be a tremendous boost to this 21-year-old's career. If he could win a medal here at the Sun Life Skate Canada, he finished 6th at Skate America, 11th at the World Championships in Oakland. But Cornell Georg is now sitting 4th behind Oleg Tatarov. And one skater to come. And Debbie, I suppose there is a bit of an opening.
Yeah.
Elvis Stojko sitting back there, but if Scott Davis goes clean, we know the triples, he has them in his repertoire. There's a possibility that he could pull off an upset.
Oleg Tatarov has opened the door for both Eric Milo and for Scott Davis from the U.S.
Scott began skating at the age of 5 to keep busy during the long Montana winters.
He tried hockey first, but he couldn't move with all the equipment on. This will be the triple axel. Right with the music. This music from West Side Story.
Weekend in Atlanta. Well, he was skating in Atlanta too. He finished 2nd at Skate America.
program retains the character of the music. Looks like Elvis knows who his competition is going to be in the next few years.
Elvis Stojko applauding as well. Will he be the Skate Canada champion 2 years in a row? Scott Davis is marked in a moment. He was only a junior last year, fourth at the World Junior Championships. Didn't go to the Olympics in the United States, but you know you're going to see him in Norway, Debbie.
Oh, boy, I think that's a for sure. He will be the next U.S. champion. He was amazing in his relaxed kind of feeling as he skated. The triple Lutz triple toe combination was the only triple we saw tonight. Most skaters use the toe loop, I'm calling it that jump, as the second jump in the combination because it is the easiest choice of the two possibles. A real combination does not have any turns between the two jumps, and that toe loop is the only one that can work well.
Does he have enough, you think, to vault himself into first place?
Nope, I don't think so.
No, technical merit marks look, as far as ranking is concerned, lower than Elvis's. Presentation and artistic impression will be better. Some 5.8s, some 5.7s. Hey, look out, skating world. Scott Davis is here too, but not enough. Elvis Stojko has retained his Canadian Skate Canada Championship. Won last year in London, Ontario. 2 in a row for Elvis, and Scott Davis wins a silver medal.
This year's recipient of the Washington Whitnor.
I'm sure Elvis was looking at this and wondering, uh-oh, have I got it now there? I think he's seeing, and of course everybody's doing mental mathematics. Is it enough? Is it enough?
Who are pursuing professional.
Well, you should smile, Elvis. A great night for skating, a great night for Elvis Stojko, and for Scott Davis. My, oh my. The Olympic Games are going to be something else, and so are those Canadian Championships in February. We're back after this. And so Elvis Stojko retains his Skate Canada International crown. Johnny, what a marvelous era we live in, to see such great men's skating, to have 2 of the top-ranked skaters in the country, and to see the powers of men's skating in the world.
Yeah, each time you think you've reached the limit, you find out that there is no limit. And we saw that tonight because actually it started last night when Davis came through with just missed by that much. And tonight he was clean. But the difference was that in the warm-up, Elvis tried the triple toe, triple Lutz twice in the corner down there, didn't get either of them, came back into the competition and made it a single triple rather than the double-double, and that's what was saved him from having difficulty and maybe saved the championship for him.
Well, you know what he did? He did do a double because he's won 2 Skate Canada championships. Let's now go down to Debbie Wilkes with our champion.
It is my pleasure indeed. You felt good out there, didn't you, Elvis?
Most definitely. I felt a little bit more relaxed tonight than I did last night because short program, you know, if you make a mistake, you're in big trouble. Tonight I felt relaxed, and I felt really good. The crowd was amazing.
I think you've convinced us that this is not a new you. This is the old you found and growing up.
That's true. I didn't want to tell anyone this is the new Elvis Stojko. It's the same guy. It's just more of him. And I put a lot of work into that.
What kind of changes? What did it take to happen?
Well, a lot of it was, I guess, on the ice work and just trying to, instead of trying so hard about thinking about what to do, just go out there and be yourself and skate to the music the way you want to, and try not to, just relax a little bit and just be myself.
I know that you get a lot of input from people who are very well-intentioned. What do you do with all that kind of information?
Well, we take the best of what we need, and we thank them for it. Everyone wants to help, and we take what we need, and the rest we put elsewhere. But we listen to everyone, and we take the best of what we need, and just put it all together and get a package.
Plans before Canadians?
Well, I think the long program will be bumped up in technical difficulty, and working on the whole program as a package again.
Well, we enjoyed every second of it. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And congratulations to Elvis Stojko. Yes, victory in Victoria. 2 Skate Canada International Championships in 2 years. Now, can we wait till February in Hamilton, the Canadian Championships, and a battle between Stojko and Browning. We'll be back to wrap up the night from Victoria in a moment. Skate Canada International Championship. The last 3 years, Elvis has finished second at the Canadian Championships. The first 2 years to Kurt Browning, then last year in Moncton to Michael Slipchuk. Now, Kurt Browning is back on the skates. His back is healthy again. Kurt Browning is now technically ranked number 1 in the world. Elvis Stojko number 2. You would have to think by tonight's performance that Scott Davis certainly should be ranked up there. But could you imagine what it will be like when we will be in Hamilton's Topps Coliseum in a couple of months with Browning and Elvis Stojko going head-to-head for the Canadian crown? Can't wait for that. Can't wait for tomorrow either. Skate Canada 92 will wrap up with the women's free skate, the battle of the Tanyas. Tanya Harding-Giluli and Tanya Bingert of Canada, and also Jose Chouinard. The women's free skate tomorrow, and yes, a Victorian king. Elvis Stojko does it again. Congratulations to him and to everyone else. For all of us at CTV, good night. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon from British Columbia. Picked a more perfect place to begin the figure skating season. From Victoria, British Columbia, CTV Sports is proud to present the 1992 Sun Life Skate Canada International. We're going to show you some different men's skating interpretive.
Yeah, it is something quite special. The only international in the world which has this competition is Skate Canada. Let me tell you a little bit about it. It is focusing on using skating technique and skating moves to help interpret the music. Little less emphasis perhaps on the theatrics. Stories are not necessary, but the judges will be looking to see great creativity and, of course, musical interpretation. No triple jumps allowed, no vocals allowed in the music, but look to see the personalities of the skaters shine through.
Decked out in his very best for the occasion, from Los Angeles, California, 21-year-old Troy Goldstein.
Great musical selection, all the greatest hits from the 40s by Harry James and Benny Goodman.
has a great one. He began skating at the age of 5, and he says he loves to be in front of a crowd.
Here's a skater who competes nationally in singles, pairs, and dance, so he's got a busy card.
He says his hero is Scott Hamilton, and Scott Hamilton couldn't have done that any better. Interpretive skating from Troy Goldstein.
Wonderful skating by Troy Goldstein. He used some very ordinary things from skating, like these series of drag steps, and made them very special, showing some excellent flexibility and good levels in the program. And this, the traveling split spin, a most unusual kind of move. All spins are generally centered, that is, spun in one spot, not for Troy.
Very well done. 2 sets of marks for one program, skating techniques, and marks for presentation as well. From Cal State University, 21-year-old Troy Goldstein. Someday he hopes to be a lawyer, but right now he loves to be on the ice. A few years ago, David Liu skated for the United States, and he decided to go back to his roots from Chinese Taipei. David Liu.
Beautiful beginning to the program, all done on one foot. Very difficult for a skater to control, not just to mention how tired that one leg gets. It's a theme he goes back to again and again throughout the program. Watch for it.
outlet for a skater like David Liu. Debbie, a person who skates the men's program as well, and it allows him to maybe get a little bit of an outlet to skating, a little bit of a release.
There are so many rules and so many requirements in the free programs for all of the competitors that when the interpretive program comes along, it gives them a chance to experiment with things that otherwise might not make it into the program. No double jumps are allowed in the interpretive
different, but certainly entertaining. David Liu. So the marks for skating techniques, 5-2, 5-3, 2-5-4s, 5-3, 5-2, and a 5-4. And his second set of marks for presentation, 5-4s, 5-5, 5-3, 5-4, and a 5-2. There was a song someone wrote, and Debbie, I think it went, "I've been everywhere, man." And Henrik Valentine has been everywhere. He used to train in Barrie, Ontario with Doug Lee. He's worked with Tyler Cranston. He moved to Los Angeles. And now he lives in Copenhagen, Denmark, where he once hailed from. He represents Denmark. Henrik Valentine.
Not to skate on 2 feet, but this whole beginning for Henrik is all on 2 feet. Which are quite original, all based on standard skating moves.
And there are people out there who are probably confused watching, too, because up until last year, you were allowed to use costumes and props, no longer.
They're trying to get back to just what makes skating tick. How do new things originate? And it happens in programs like this.
The three-time national champion from Copenhagen, Denmark, Henrik Valentine. He is a waiter and a bartender in a cafe. He works as an extra in Danish theater. And he is still skating up a storm at 25, Henrik Valentine.
And theater on ice, too. Henrik has a beautiful way of moving. He seems to be very expressive, giving great feeling throughout the program. Some hard moves, using traditional skating moves like the star move.
Again, 2 sets of marks. The first being for skating techniques in this interpretive program. The Russian judge giving a 4.7, the highest mark, a 5.4. And for presentation, the lowest judge was from the Russian, 4.7, and Romanian judge, 4.7, a 5.6 from the Canadian judge. A Canadian in Victoria is an American in Paris, sailing right along to Scott McDonald.
This is a program with a theme, in a sense, because he is playing the sailor fresh off the ship in Paris. He visits the Eiffel Tower. See if you can see where he gets pickpocketed.
some of that footwork might be a little difficult, Debbie, for Scott. He sprained his ankle 5 weeks ago.
Skaters learn to be pretty tough. You got to get right back at it. And now the way sports medicine treats injuries, they don't want to treat you like a patient because then you start to think you are one. Get you back in action right away. Lost his wallet. American in Paris is such a wonderful piece of music for interpretive because it has so many different tempos, so many different rhythms, and that's the kind of thing the judges are looking for, a real variety of expression from the skater.
These were uncharted waters tonight for Scott McDonald because this is his first international competition, and he is excited, he says, to wear Canada's colors. From Sarnia, Ontario, he trains at the Preston Figure Skating Club with Coach Kerry Leach, normally a pairs skater as well, Deb.
Yes, his former pair partner has retired, and he has teamed up with a new young skater. Got a good look at some of the very powerful edges that he used to maintain speed, and moving into a rather unusual and comedic spread eagle. Continuing on with the comedic themes of the program, great use of the body, the whole body, for showing a little inebriation, perhaps.
Well, here are his marks, 5.2, 5.1, 4.6, a couple of 4.7s and a 4.9 for skating technique. And for presentation, 5.3 is the highest from the Russian judge, low marks from Denmark and the United States. And so the final results of the men's interpretive program at the Sun Life Skate Canada International, David Liu from China Taipei, winning this competition. An unusual second-place tie between Troy Goldstein and Henrik Valentin, and Scott McDonald of Canada finishes fourth.
Shows us that there is still some confusion about just what this interpretive program will be. I think it's going to have a great future, though, and will probably be included as part of international competition years down the road.